Welcome to Be Still, My Soul, pastoral and practical musical resources for weddings and funerals, a more complete version of which I had planned to present to you this summer at the convention. Nonetheless, I hope this abridged version will give you some idea for some new discoveries that will inform your playing. We all know about copyright-free music and IMSLP, or the International Music Score Library Project, where you can download and print music of all varieties. But if you've ever tried to use it, you know that sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming. I've been searching through IMSLP for years, trying to mine it for resources, finding the really good material that I can use, because there's some really good music there if you can find it. Near my bio, you can access my full annotated bibliography, my handout, with all the clickable links to the music I'll talk about. But right now, I'll just take you through a brief journey of some music I've discovered, and I hope this music can add to your repertoire when playing weddings and funerals, if not church in general. Funerals are a bit tricky. Fortunately, the days are long gone when the organist would play something somber, slow, and forgetfully lugubrious. So I prefer music that's infused with hope, of course, and I usually try to select funeral preludes to be on familiar hymn tunes, hopefully to bring a comforting text to the minds of at least some of the listeners. So that was going through my mind as I looked for music appropriate for funerals. And really, this music for funerals that I've selected could be applied for Sunday morning just as well. Gaël Liardon was a Swiss composer and professor of composition at the Geneva Conservatory. He has many compositions on IMSLP. All of his pieces are eminently practical, and really they include a lot of short fuguettas, which make wonderful hymn introductions anytime. Do explore his music on your own. There's lots to be found there. Unfortunately, he died in 2018, but not before he left us with some really beautiful little gems of church music. This lovely little Baroque trio on Holy God We Praise Thy Name is representative of his style and is a meditative setting of that hymn of praise, that Te Deum. But its musical style is suitable for regular church services or meditative services. Most of us have played Pachelbel's chorale preludes. Part of his job in his position as organist at Erfurt was to compose chorale preludes every week, and so he left us quite a few. If you have the old Dover edition of his works, these are all now on IMSLP. One of my favorite meditative pieces of his is his Wie schön leuchtet der Morgenstern, or O Morning Star, How Fair and Bright, which I rather prefer to play as a trio. Pietro Cataneo, born in Como, Italy in 1998, has earned degrees in organ and has studied with the organist at Milan Cathedral. Cataneo, a graduate student now, has composed some 80 pieces, mostly for organ, which he uploads to IMSLP. Here's an introspective little chorale prelude on Rockingham Old, which would work well for communion or for a meditative sort of service. I play a lot of weddings. Consequently, I'm always looking for additional processionals and recessionals. Now, we all know a good processional and a recessional is sectional, so it can come to an elegant close when we need it to. So there's lots of festive music out there, particularly in the repertoire, that doesn't provide any real elegant stopping points. So here are a few of my discoveries. Let's return again to Pietro Cataneo, who also wrote 2 wedding pieces, which are available under his composer heading on IMSLP. Here's his trumpet tune, played by Carson Kuhlman. David Stith, organist at First Presbyterian Church in Austin, Texas, has a number of compositions worth checking out if you search his name on IMSLP. Here is his Bridal March from 2011. This is a lovely supplement to the usual fare of wedding processionals. Lindemann, born in 1870 and died in 1934, came from a Norwegian church music family. He was organist at Trondheim Cathedral and, along with his brother, founded the Norwegian Organists Association in 1904. Here is his very useful nuptial march, which is fairly simple, tuneful, but it's only 2 pages and can be shortened further to no detriment. Studied with Jules Massenet and César Franck at the Paris Conservatoire before launching into a career of composing ballet, light opera, operettas, and lots of marches. He is not well known outside of France, but here is his nuptial march for grand orgue. The piece is long, it's almost a concert work, but it's sectional and not that technically complex. Mustn't be timid to mine the actual organ repertoire and organ composers for their music to supplement wedding repertoire. Here is Alexandre Guilmont's rather winsome wedding march. We needn't be limited to music that calls itself wedding music. Staying with Guilmont, what about the opening section of his Grande Marche Triomphale? this video and the accompanying handout has given you some brief ideas of where you can go on IMSLP to supplement your repertoire for weddings, funerals, or just general church playing. My complete handout with links to more pieces I recommend can be found here with my bio. Now, we practicing organists should always strive to bring new music to ourselves and to the ears of our listeners, even if the music itself has been around for a while. I do enjoy exploring this old copyright-free repertoire. I hope this will expand your repertoire a bit too, keep things fresh for your playing, and continue to bring joy to your listeners.